Oh look, here's another fun Premiere bug that I run into sometimes. I realize I demand a lot of my computer with this 4K 60 FPS editing thing, but surely it's not that difficult. Is it really like a GPU thing? Is the 2080 Ti going to make that big of a difference? Do I need a Quadro? Check this out. I'm editing a video and at random points, I guess it'll just demand too much of my graphics card or of Premiere. I don't really know. We're sitting at 24-ish gigs of memory used when I'm actually playing back. By default, not a whole lot of system usage. And then only about half of my VRAM used right now. And I play the video. Cartridge support on capture cards. Now, it's playing back in slow motion. This isn't dropped frames. This is literally, it will play in slow motion and desync from the audio down here until I relaunch the program. And actually capturing all 144 or 240 or whatever frames. That is in slow motion and out of sync with this. Normally, if you have a low frame rate, like during playback, it is simply, like scrubbing is fine here. It can keep up. Interest in actually capturing this is different than it just not being able to keep up with the playback. And even if I change the quality mode, capturing all 144 or 2, it's completely desynced and I have to completely relaunch the program in order for it to play back. If I go in the preview playback here, it's not affected. It's only the program monitor, which is bizarre. If I come into a different timeline and then captures, that one's fine. Come back to this one. 144 or 240 hey, look, it's back. Okay, so I don't have to relaunch, but it's a very weird. I didn't realize if you switched sequences, you don't have to relaunch. That's honestly on me. I didn't realize that, but it's a very bizarre thing. And given that I thought I had to relaunch, when you combine that with the audio not wanting to start up issue that I covered in a previous Premiere bug, it's really frustrating to run into. But apparently the fix is to open up a new sequence and play that back, apparently. And it doesn't have built-in pass-through. I caught it. It's 60 or lower. It's doing it across all sequences. It is slow-moing everything. Not switching sequences is not a fix. It appears that only happened because I was able to wait out essentially the GPU being overloaded. You can see here I am completely out of VRAM. I believe that is what is causing it. Built-in pass-through, so you will need a splitter in still slow-mo or lower. Still slow-mo. Capture or HDR capture, live gamer 4K. If you don't need HDR, still slow-mo. And so what I believe that is that is a GPU VRAM issue. Once it runs out, instead of just like handling that better, it just like completely slows down because it can't stream anything more into memory. And so I just have to wait it out. And you can see my actual memory usage is up closer to 40 gigs now. But if I give it time for that to dump, it should be fine, or either I have to relaunch Premiere. And whenever it maxes out VRAM like this, when I close Premiere, it takes it almost up to 10 minutes to completely unload system memory and VRAM in order to clear that out. Pretty frustrating. Conform action on some of the audio cache files, which I've never really seen before, but that might explain the issue I showed in the last video where it was having issues with generating audio previews after a relaunch, which you can see here. The music, individual files, and that nest, that is a nest, that purple group there, those all have previews and waveforms, but this does not. But none of those failure to conform errors related to my A-roll sequence nest here, so that doesn't even make any sense, to be honest. Not at 4K. Audio does still work though, because I did not have a video playing at the time of relaunching. Oh boy. And while rendering, we get my best friend, the -16096299695 GPU render error that happens on every single render I do these days, which is why I render previews instead of doing a normal render out to H.264. Happened on my GTX 1080 Ti with my Intel Core i9, happened with my normal 1080 with my i9, and happened with that 1080 with an i7 6900K. My best friend.